All right, we are live here on the YouTube of the LFC Transfer Room. I'm Jack. I'm going to be your man in the booth for today's watch-along of Liverpool versus Brighton. Welcome to everybody who's joining the stream. Make sure you drop it in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on the lineup. So Naby Keita makes a start. Curtis Jones gets a start. Konate at the back returns with Virgil. It's a good match. I'm excited. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Daniela, no, that is illegal. We cannot show you the game. This will be me reacting. I'm from the States. I'm watching it on the Spanish broadcast on Universo. It's always the classic. If you get a VPN, you can watch from America. And then if you can watch it on Peacock in America, you can get some really, because every match right now, the 3 p.m. UK matches are all available to be starting to be streamed right now. So how does that work in the UK? I understand that it's different. My friends that in the LC Transfer, they always talk about that. But there is 5 matches going on right now concurrently. So I'll have the scores in the bottom. That'll kind of have an update of what to expect. There'll be a timer as well in just a moment. But we're about 2-3 minutes away from kickoff here in this one, which is very exciting. But yeah. What are your thoughts on the lineup in the comments down below? So it's Burnley Brentford, which is going to be a good one there. Liverpool Brighton, City Palace, Newcastle Chelsea, Watford Southampton, and then the late kick is United versus Spurs. I'm going to step back for a moment and bring in our watch-along overlay. Oh, looking great, is it not? Let me thank our boy Anthony for that. Getting us set up, getting us hooked up with that. Moment of silence at Anfield currently ahead of the match. And then we'll be underway in what should be a very, very exciting match. Chance for Liverpool to continue, make it 20 matches unbeaten in the Prem. 20 unbeaten in the Prem. 20. Doesn't feel like that in the slightest. But stretching back 10 matches of the last season, first 9 of this season, Liverpool have not been beaten in quite a long time. Brighton are going to be an interesting test. They beat Liverpool in the last matchup here at Anfield. They're trying to get back-to-back Premier League victories for the first time ever against Liverpool. So really, it's a tough test for them. Should be a good one overall. So Keita, those of you, if you're first time seeing me on a stream, know that you should know that I'm a huge, huge Naby Keita supporter. I think that he has a chance to really, really, really be the difference maker for this club. Mo Salah going to try and continue that red hot form, but we're about to get underway here. Adam Lallana is on the screen for me on this Universo broadcast. I'm really excited to have him again. I've missed him. There we go. Take a bit of a second there, but we have got ourselves up and rolling with the timer. So Liverpool attacking left to right at Anfield. Brighton attacking right to left. Taking into the Cop end to start things off. So Yves Bissouma back in the match for Brighton. Had a knee injury, also off the field issues, legal issues that has taken off for a little while. So him being back is big for Brighton physicality aspect. Lets Lallana be a bit more freed up to be a bit more of a creative on-ball presence rather than having to be the primary ball winner for them. That's a big deal for them. They don't have a proper striker, doesn't appear. Anthony, this is why I rely on you so heavily. There we go. Hopefully the clock continues to run so you can give some reference point for exactly what moment of the match we are. So Naby Keita, first time I've said his name on the broadcast. Trent Alexander-Arnold. We've tried some long balls forward from Konate, from Trent. Some mixed success there. So here's a ball behind, actually. Brighton are in. Flag is down. They have a chance. What a save from Alisson. The flag doesn't go up. I guess he was just straight up onside. That's a huge stop from Alisson. And he has to step forward and clear that one. Trent winning it back now. I mean, that was like all of a sudden, there was absolutely no one in the center of the pitch in the defense for Liverpool. Brighton get it behind, but Alisson gets a good stop. He took way too long on the ball to try and get that shot off. I'm going to pull up the lineups now because I want to have reference point for what his name is, because so it was Solly March that got on the ball. He was just unmarked in the 6-yard box, take a shot, one-on-one with Alisson, but couldn't beat him. So here's Salah, defended by Cucurella. Henderson. That's my captain. That's my captain. Another Mo Salah assist. That is beautiful. So basically, that was not the greatest commentary from me. So Mo Salah gets the ball on the channel. He's driving one-on-one against Cucurella. He puts it to the top of the 18, around the center, and Henderson curls it in with the right foot. I mean, that was just simple. That finish was unbelievable. I mean, Van Dijk, huge ball out wide. Salah pushes Cucurella, slides it back inside for Henderson. Henderson just from the edge of the 18. That's just an unbelievable finish. Really good way to the pass from Salah. See, I'm self-conscious now when I'm celebrating because Chris, when I was talking to him, he was telling me, how different our reactions are. He did the watch along for it was Atletico match. I think that I showed the replay of the Solly March chance. I think I figured out a way to keep the clock from not stopping Anthony. But that was what a finish from Henderson. But no, I'm very much more reserved in my goal reactions. I'm not going to be up here screaming, but huge moment. Cucurella wins off of Salah. But I mean, Henderson, I believe that's his first goal of the season in the Prem. Salah gets another assist. I'm listening to the Spanish broadcast, and it sounds like when my British friends try and do American accents, the way they say Liverpool. It's like Liverpool. Friends who do American accents who are British, should specify. But within just 3 minutes, Henderson has the goal. Van Dijk wins it back. Henderson. Nice ball forward from Mane. He can't quite get onto the end of it. I mean, Liverpool win the ball high up the pitch. Here's Trent. Come on, Trent. Do something with it. Nice ball. Oh, I got cleared out. back up to Trent though. They look open. Brighton look open. They do not look set defensively in the slightest. Neither team really has the opening few minutes. But this is, I think, the moment we can really try and. I mean, we get a second goal. We're cruising. I think we need to give huge credit to Van Dijk for the switch that set up the goal. I mean, he just takes it from in the defense. Here's the ball from Keita. Oh, just ahead of Robertson. Nearly got on the end of that one. But just a huge switch from Van Dijk, about 40, 50 yards. Salah has it one-on-one with the defender. We're seeing Keita's ball in for Robertson. Robertson would have been, I think the shoulder would have been offside if it was given. Or if he had scored it, I should say, probably not given. How you doing, Nick? Glad to have you in the stream here today. Chris Wood, I'm seeing a highlight. He scored against Brentford. First goal, I think, elsewhere around the Prem. Nick, where are you watching from? Keita, indeed, best midfielder in the league. 100% agree. So where can you watch the match live? If in the States, it's on, if you want to watch the Spanish broadcast, it's on Universo, which is nice for me. I'm trying to learn Spanish. From Romania, City are losing? From Romania, I really don't know, to be quite honest with you. I don't know how VPNs work European based, but if you were to, I'm seeing the highlight here. So I think it's Ruben Diaz just completely gets cooked. Conor Gallagher has it now. He spreads it out wide for Zaha, and Zaha just kind of scuffs a shot into the bottom corner, and Palace are winning against Man City. I'm not your resident expert for streams that may be deemed illegal, but someone in the comments is a good stream that that you can get. Drop it in the comments. Not the actual link, just the way you can search it on YouTube. But 8 minutes gone now. My clock is a bit slow. So Mane spreads it for Salah Cucurella. We're talking to Andy Naylor, the Athletic beat reporter, before this match. He was talking about how Cucurella is going to be a good threat for Salah, and he's actually, but beyond letting him inside for the goal, has done a good job so far. So corner kick for Liverpool. Yeah, so City are losing to Palace after a goal from Zaha. So this is feel pretty good. Yeah. So corner kick for Liverpool. You have Trent and Konate going forward. Absolute mountains, but got to have a better ball there, Trent. Keita tracking back. Okay, Keita just looks like he's different gravy right now. I mean, like he hasn't done anything crazy this match, but just the way he's holding himself, he's playing the best he's ever played in a Liverpool shirt right now. He had his best performance in a shirt against United. He just has this aura around him, and it's unbelievable. So here's Keita, Trent, Keita. There was a really funny video on Twitter of Curtis Jones pulling off the exact same move as Ronaldo, like R9 Ronaldo, where he kind of takes the ball in, backs up with it, ball forward and knocked back. But Liverpool dominating possession right now. But Curtis kind of just like backing up with it, doing I think it's a flip flap, sliding it over to like in the midfield. There's exactly like R9. Look it up if you want to on Twitter. Curtis Jones times R9. Oh, Brighton have won it high up the pitch. They got some numbers forward. That was pretty lazy though. I think that was Adam Lallana. Was a bit too quick with that one, trying to pull it off. Yeah, that was actually Curtis Jones. I was gassing him up for his similarities to R9 in that one dribble, and then he turns it over, but Delana doesn't do anything threatening with it, so it's 1 back. Henderson. That's a great ball from Henderson. So Salah's now up against 1v1 with Cucurella. Going to go inside. He has Keita. He goes back post for Robertson. Too strong. He looks upset with himself. That was was not a good, not a great ball. But it was a tremendous forward ball from Henderson. So elsewhere on the Prem, Brighton. So elsewhere, Palace are beating City. Konate heads this one out. Ball forward for Cucurella. So Brighton, I think they've got their opportunities, So I think that this is something dangerous to watch out for. Because they are, I think, Liverpool a bit careless in midfield once or twice, so they are getting a bit open there. But about 12 minutes gone, and overall it looks really, really good. Let me know your thoughts so far on the match. Trying a long ball forward, but Van Dijk wins the header. I believe Dunk scored. Oh, that's a poor ball from Robert Sanchez. Cucurella. So some nice movement here, but it's cleared back by Cucurella, which is a great name. Cucurella. This early goal, I think, was really interesting on how it's impacted the match because Liverpool are more or less, still dominating. But I think that they're not trying to be as incisive. Glad you got it, Nick. Enjoy the match. Jones fouled in the midfield by Veltman of Brighton. Ultra, yeah. If the question is directed towards me, I do indeed play FPL. I got Salah as my captain this week. There's actually a LFC transfer room league. I'm not sure if it's open still. I'm actually not under 100% sure how open that kind of stuff is. As Konate nearly with a driving run forward, but here's Basuma driving forward. Oh, I think that was a save by Allison. Puts it onto the post. That was a tremendous, tremendous run by Basuma. With his right foot, Konate steps up, but a bit too loose on the touch. Basuma wins it and goes on a run from the halfway line to like about 20 yards out, edge of the D. And I think Allison got a fingertip to this. We'll see a great angle here. Yeah, he did get a huge fingertip to that. It's gonna be a corner kick. Headed clear. So that's been 2 huge saves from Allison. Liverpool have had 70% possession so far, but a huge, huge save. So scores elsewhere currently at the moment, it's 1-0 between Burnley and Brentford. 1-0 between City and Palace. Palace currently winning there, 0-0. Newcastle, Chelsea, 0-0. Watford, Southampton. So two of our biggest title rivals playing right now. We may see the end of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer later. Here's Keita and Liverpool breaking forward quickly. Here's Salah. Salah, he's got Firmino. Firmino. That was not good from Bobby. He was put in one-on-one. I couldn't tell if he was going for like to place a shot or trying to chip it. I think he split the difference and just put that one over. Another great chance from Salah and Firmino. I think he's going for a chip there. He's in one-on-one, but he puts it over the top of the bar. Yeah, that was not good. I think Bobby was tremendous against United, but that was not a good finish. That was just him caught in two minds. I think he's just got to place that one to like the left of the keeper. I'm seeing the Basuma shot again, and it was spinning away. I think that was a goal-bound shot if Alisson doesn't get a fingertip to that. But yeah, that was a really good chance. That's been two. I mean, I wouldn't say the Henderson feed from Salah was a tremendous, like, great chance created by him. It was an assist, obviously, but that was a really good feed from Salah to Firmino. I mean, as a creator, Salah has continued to adapt, and I mean, he's just playing absolutely out of his mind. Keita 1-2s all up the pitch. Salah beats Cucurella. Now he's got two defenders against him. Firmino's ball in is collected by Sanchez. So that was best moment of the match, best chance of the match. Burnley made it 2-0 actually at Brentford. Free scoring Burnley. That is the ugliest goal I've seen in my entire life. That's not the ugliest. There's been uglier. I think that was Cornet who scored. Who is that that's down? Kate is down. Oxlade-Chamberlain is warming up. Just when I thought he had beaten it, he told his hamstring. Just when I thought he had beaten it, he looks really frustrated. I'm absolutely gutted for Cates if he can't continue. I mean, he just looks absolutely devastated. I mean, I can just imagine how excited he was avoiding the injury to Pogba. But I think he's coming off for Oxlade-Chamberlain. Yeah, Oxlade-Chamberlain's on for him. He was just pulled. He felt his hamstring. Pain. All I feel is pain. So Kate is out with an injury. We see Harvey Elliott in the stands. He's making good progress in his recovery. Van Dijk with nice speed to get back to deal with the attacking threat. God, that sucks, man. For just joining Keita. Keita just came off with he just felt his hamstring, I think. He just came off immediately. He looked like just dejected. Exciting stuff to match. It's got to be absolutely infuriating for him to deal with that. But Oxlade-Chamberlain with a chance to impress. Mane turns it out to the left. Gives it to Robertson. Curtis Jones, I think, hasn't had the greatest start of the match. Greatest first 20. So having Oxlade-Chamberlain next to him is going to be very interesting. Yeah, ultra. I mean, so Thiago, we don't really know when he's coming back. He's back in training, but you know, him and it's like it's almost like there's a balance. You know, there's only about one fit player between Keita and Thiago, and if one becomes fit again, one has to reduce their fitness. It's like a sliding scale. Do you want like 40% of Thiago and 60% of Keita? Do you want all of Keita, no Thiago? You can't have half of both. That's not allowed. So Robertson lets him around for a throw. Oh, excuse me, a corner kick. Southampton's got their first against Watford. Liverpool go quick with the corner. So here's the big ox. Gives it out wide to Trent. Konate's in the box. Are we going to put a ball in the box or are we just going to pass around the edge? Konate kind of at the back post. Acting as the most advanced player. He's actually driving back now. Firmino wins it high off the fit pitch, but can't do anything with it. Now here's Virgil, who's going to have it unmarked. I'm going to start making a little banner that'll have the scores from elsewhere. Sorry if you can hear my loud keyboard. It's not known for its discretion. So 22 minutes gone. Jay Adams, I'm seeing the highlight here. So Southampton attacking. Ball runs to him. He kind of shifts onto his. That's a really nice finish. That's a really nice finish. Ben just has to come off his line to clear that one. That was really well done by him. So on the bottom now are going to be some of the other scores. And if anybody sees a goal that happens, let me know and I can update it. I'll have an eye on it as well. I 100% agree, Ultra. I think that two holding mids and some sort of attacking midfielder, whether that's Taki, you have Firmino in the 10, you have like Jota back up front. Using three midfielders, I mean, we're fast running out of them. We got no Milner, no Thiago for this match, no Fabinho still. So really, I mean, Tyler Morton's on the bench. He looked good against Preston, but you don't want to rely on him, obviously. Oh, what a ball. Money. He looks happy about that one. I take my eye off it for a second. I just see a beautiful ball. I think that was Trent. I'm just going to assume it was Trent until I see the replay. But Mane makes it too. That's a big one. We needed that one after the disappointment with Keita going off. Just a great ball in. And Mane gets low. He doesn't lose his mind. That's a good one. That is a good goal. All right, so we're going to see Trent on this near side. Actually, it's going to be Oxlade-Chamberlain who puts a tremendous ball in. I need to take back my praise of Trent, and I need to give it over to Ox. It was indeed Ox. What a ball in. Right over the top of Dunk's head. Beats Duffy, who jumps up for it. And, I mean, Mane just maintains his composure and heads it home. So 2-0 Liverpool. Liverpool are now the highest scoring team in this block of matches. That's a big one. I enjoyed that one. Our one and only Chris Stonich, our resident Oxlade lover, we'll be very happy to see that. He's at the match today. I believe Matty's at the match as well. We have a good showing of LFC transfer members at today's match. It is, I think, 100% real ultra. Really important to see him, especially with him having to replace Keita off the bench. Just 4 minutes after coming on, really huge moment. I mean, we've got a goal from a midfielder and now a really great assist from a midfielder. Okay, here's Firmino. He can't pick out Mane or Salah. I love Bobby, but he slightly inconsistent in terms of his end product. His general movement and pressing is always very consistent, but his end product comes and goes. Against United, it was pretty good. Against Watford, it was very good. But in this match, he missed a great chance. Couldn't pick out someone there. But it's 2-0. No reason for sadness. Van Dijk toying with them, knocks it up into the air off of a long ball from the keeper, and then heads it out of the sky. It's Brighton with some of their best possession so far this match. Konate does a great job defending, wins it off the defender. Salah back for Henderson. Henderson, nice touchdown by Firmino. Got to play it out, though. That's not enough on the pass for Robertson, and it's won back by Brighton. It's tough to talk about Basuma without, mentioning the accusations against him. Actually, I don't know the exact title, so I won't mention it. But if you're interested, look up Basuma allegations. So tough to talk about him without mentioning that. But I think that he's looked good this match so far, and he would be a good player to keep an eye on in terms of a nice midfield option. But again, you would not want that. It's super tough because you don't know what the status is with his legal issues. So here's Trossard. I think it was into Cucurella. Cucurella's got way too much space. Chips to the back post. It's headed. I mean, that was Mwepu with a not an open header in the 6-yard box, but that was a bit too lazy in the closing down. I mean, Trossard being allowed to cut inside. And then it was a nice pass by him eventually to get it to Cucurella, who offered him a good option. And Mwepu was a tough header. Excuse me, it's kind of early in the United States. Mane, Salah. Salah can't quite play the pass, and it's clear he looks upset. Houssam Aouar is definitely a good option. He'd be a bit more of an attacking one, like one of our pair of eights, kind of give some depth there. I think whatever next midfield sign we make needs to be able to fill in at defensive mid. I think that's very important because this is really good from Mwepu. And Virgil will deal with that. Like Aouar would be good. I think he'd be good value. He's improved this season from what I've seen in Ligue 1. But I think that the issue is, he would play as more of one of our eights. We have a lot of eights, but not a lot of guys who really can kind of drop and be a good defensive midfielder, not just a passable one like a Henderson. Curtis Jones played there once or twice. Milner can play there, obviously, but you don't want to be relying on Milner. And Henderson, as much as I love him, he has his own injury problems. So we've got like our current two of our current midfield three. I wouldn't say Ox is injury prone, but he's dealt with injuries in the past. So yeah, Florian Neuhaus, I think fits that box ultra. I think that the more I've seen from him is the guy that I'm most interested in. I think he just makes complete sense to come to Liverpool. So Cucurella goes to Trossard, but the flag goes up. I think it's going to be November in 2 days. We'll have our first transfer news roundup on Monday. I'll be producing that. Might be using the good old green screen. So make sure to subscribe to the channel for some of that. Neuhaus is a baller, and he does have the goals in him. He's not just an engine room player. He has that capacity, which I think is a very nice thing about him. But I think he, considering the rumors, considering the fact that he just seems to fit Klopp's system perfectly, and he won't be. He'll be going from that mid to high tier to the high tier. It makes perfect sense in every aspect. He ticks every box, in my opinion. I think in probably the next summer. People want Jude Bellingham, but I think Neuhaus is just more realistic. I'd take Jude Bellingham, but I'm not going to, cry my eyes out if it doesn't happen. Yeah, Ultra. I don't know much of Bougar Kamara. I've heard the name, but I can't speak on how I feel about him. I have to. The sense I'm getting from football in general is that the amount of free agents, amount of times that happens, it's going to increase because the amount of players that we've seen, be upset about they can't leave clubs because like Harry Kane has 3 years on this deal, wants to leave desperately, but it's like you have 3 years on your deal. I have to imagine shorter contracts with like player options are going to become more common because I mean, not seeing an increase in free agents, but I have to imagine that players need to realize that give yourself some more freedom of movement at times. The great free agent next summer is Kylian Mbappe. But the more I see this team, right, and it's like there's no egos, like there's no issues. I don't think Mbappe. I mean, he has an ego because he's a tremendous footballer. He has every reason to have an ego. Here's Mane actually gives it to Firmino. Firmino's got some space. Firmino's shot is blocked by Duffy. It was well done by him. But you do have to wonder maybe it would have a bit of an impact. So here's Trent with some space. His ball in the box. Trying to pick out Robertson. Mane touches it down. Has it one off of him, though. So we're about 32 minutes gone. Just about 13 minutes, maybe about 15 minutes total with stoppage time included. Left in the half. Oh, goodness me. Oh, my God, that's a goal. Oh, my God, Sadio Mane just won it off of Robert Sanchez. He's giving a little handshake. What? Is that his hand? That might have. I think I'm not going to add the score just yet because I think that this might have hit the hand of Sadio Mane as he wins it off of Robert Sanchez. So Sanchez is pressed by Salah from his right, cuts it onto his right foot. Okay. So Sanchez has it on the goal line. And I mean, yeah, that's a handball. That's a handball. Yeah, that's not going to be a goal. It hit the hand of Mane. So funny moment, but this is going to be ruled out. I think it has to be ruled out. No, because it literally hits the hand of Sadio Mane to go in. It directly hits his hands. That's got to be illegal. It's Mane's laughing about it. I would be stunned if this counts. Yeah. Yeah. No goal. I'm fine with that. It's funny that they managed to score that, but Mane's laughing about it because his celebration was reserved. He was doing this, he was like, yeah, it hit the hand, so he knew it wasn't going to count. So unfortunate, but also good pressing though. So Salah kind of was diverting the attention of Sanchez from his left. He cuts it onto his right foot to clear it, but it takes a bit of a loose touch. And then Mane was right there to get a block on it, but the ball out from Sanchez kind of hit Mane's hand and then went into the goal directly. So it's like you can't score directly with your hand even if it's incidental. No, it was clearly not intentional. Is it really 2-0 Burnley again? Because their second goal was just allowed. There's Cornet. It's a decent ball in. Terrible keeping. I mean, just kind of comes out and doesn't really claim it. Us and Burnley battling for that top scoring title. Let's give it a little update to the score. That one I think will stand. Thank you, Ultra, for the update there. But Palace still beating City. Chelsea still yet to score against Newcastle. Allison goes and claims it. Yeah, Jones, I think, has been a little shaky today. That's a good tackle from, I think that was Basuma. Maybe it was Mwepu. Couldn't quite see. But no, Jones has been, Here's Firmino now being pressed down by Basuma. Is Ziyech having a stinker? Or Ziyech? Is Ziyech or Ziyech? He, I think, has been, Chelsea fans have been kind of upset with his performances. I think that's what I've been hearing generally prior to this match. But it is interesting that when he was signed, he was really. I mean, think about the guys he signed for that Ajax team. There was Van de Beek to Chelsea to United, De Jong to Barcelona, who's done tremendously. I'm gonna wait for the halftime highlights. I want to see these because if Chelsea are really creating these great chances and not scoring them, that's very interesting. But yeah, Ziyech who went to Chelsea. What's his name? Van de Beek who went to United. De Jong to Barcelona. De Ligt to Juventus. I would say of those four, only two of them really panned out very well, and that's De Jong and De Ligt to Juve and Barcelona. De Jong is so good, so unbelievably good. I mean, if there was one player that I could sign, it quite literally might be De Jong. He would be up there for me. Is it ever going to happen? No. I mean, I think he's just Barcelona for life, especially with Xavi going there. He's going to be exponentially better with him as a manager, not Ronald Koeman. So, yeah. So to Chelsea, if anyone has any updates from the other matches on what's happening there, like the City match, Chelsea supposedly missing some chances. Jones stepping out. Yes. Oh my God, Ultra, you're getting me too excited. De Jong and João Felix. Is it really 3-0 Burnley? 3-0 Burnley. Brentford had not lost away from home in the Prem this season, and they're holding 3. They're holding 3 to Burnley right now. Makes me even more upset with the 3-3 draw we had. Here's Trent. Oh my God, what a pass! Just a bit too wide for Salah, but Salah driving back inside. Oh, what a ball! That was a good ball from Salah trying to pick out. I think it was Matty at the back post, but this pass from Trent Alexander-Arnold to beat to snake it through some defenders, and then Salah, his ball in, trying to go Firmino at the back post. There wasn't really someone great attacking it. Oh, we're seeing Cornet. Oh my Jesus, what a finish from Cornet. I think it's a goal, or 2 assists and a goal now. I don't know if it's Cornet or Cornet. It's 3-0 Burnley. They have the most goals out of anybody in the other matches. Trossard kind of trying to keep this one in play. Cucurella will get it. Trent's ball out is won back by Basuma. Basuma has it one off of him by Henderson, and Henderson will clear it forward, and he'll win his side of throw. Trossard has looked decent, but I think as a lone forward, it's had too little service. So still Brighton ball. This is the longest string of possession they've had inside the Liverpool half. Oh my God. Oh my God. And Mwepu just scored an unbelievable goal. Alisson doesn't cover himself in glory, but Brighton, all of a sudden, it's a 1-goal match. That was just such a nothing chance to. So just Mwepu gets it and just takes a shot. I mean, it's an unbelievable shot in fairness to him, but Alisson a bit off his line. I don't even think he's off his line in the slightest. Like he's like within 3 yards of the goal, but Mwepu just puts it over his head. Tremendous dip on it, tremendous power. I mean, it was just a brilliant shot right under the bar. that takes a lot of skill to pull off. So it's 2-1 now. A bit frustrating, but that is it's the way it is. In fairness, to Brighton, great goal. Frustrating to concede, but I think in that instance, you're never going to close a guy down tight enough. He's like nearly not even like above the box. Like he's almost to the right of the box, like to the above the box from the broadcast camera, and he still managed to put it over Allison's head, opposite direction. Mane trying to play it forward. I think it's gonna be a Brighton throw. You think of that Firmino chance, Mane goal disallowed, 3-0 versus 2-1. I mean, the way you were feeling just a moment ago. Virgil launches one forward. It's knocked out. Oh, no, Alisson, I don't blame him for not expecting it. He maybe expected a ball into the box, but not one just over his head. He had that one covered, I think, completely if it wasn't a perfect shot. So I think that was just an instance where I don't think there was any fault for Liverpool defensively. It was more so just, good finish. Just a nice shot. So 2-1 in this match. Only match with a goal from both teams so far this round of matches. Cucurella's ball goes out of play. I was gonna say, but they're playing also. Yeah, Brighton. I think we lost obviously at Anfield last season. There was the terrible draw because of the Welbeck foul earlier in that season, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe that was year prior. There was the dunk free kick when Adrian had to come in for the Alisson red 2 years ago. So yeah, there is Brighton. Clean sheets against Brighton are not a common thing. Nice header from Robertson to Firmino. Henderson could play ball in behind, trying to go for Mane. It's cleared out. Sanchez had gone for it. So if Liverpool midfielder was close to it, it could have been a chance to win it back maybe. Oh, here is Trossard behind, but Alisson will come out and clear it forward. And Wepu's looking very good for Brighton. He's one of the more advanced midfielders. Well, he's actually part of the holding too with Bissouma, but it's not really. He's part of a midfield three. It's kind of like Bissouma's the deepest line. Then you got Motor and Mwepu ahead of him, and Lallana kind of in the middle. All right, here's Robertson. A lot of space. Come on, Robertson. His ball is kind of knocked back. Oxlade-Chamberlain will win it. It's poked off of him. Henderson spreads it out for Trent. We're getting into that Henderson lofting, just whipping balls into the box. Mane tracking back to win it, but only gets it to Trossard. Yeah, I think that's a good shout, Ultra. I don't think that I don't see. Up another lineup. Yeah, maybe Bissouma for the defensive mid spot. But Mwepu, I think, is also just a perfectly good shout. It's 2 minutes at a time as we get to 45 minutes played. Hearing these Spanish commentators saying Inglaterra. Oh, it's beautiful. All right, so here's Oxlade breaking forward. That ball for Bobby is not terrible, but Sanchez can deal with it and clear it out for Cucurella. But here in Inglaterra, which is England in Spanish, it's very nice. Matty loses out. Motor pushes it forward. And Mwepu, who scored the goal. Let's just get into half, please. That would be nice for me. Just halftime. Give me half. So we're about 10 seconds away from there's a ball forward from Trent. We have the 2 minutes, and that is halftime. So, going to give me a second to get the layout things fixed. Okay, so that is the way things are at the half. 2-1 Liverpool. I'm going to fix the scoreboard just really quick, and then we will be back with that up. So it's halftime now. What are your thoughts in the comments? Man of the first half. No Keita, obviously. Oxley came on. So it's good. Created a second goal, obviously. Mane had a goal at when it's allowed. And Mwepu with a great shot. I mean, we limited the amount of opportunities that they had. So I think that was a very strong half in general. All right. There we go. We're back. Okay, so whoa, City red card. All right, let's go see what's happening elsewhere. So in this City match, I'm actually gonna put this on. So Laporte just got sent off. Let's go see this. All right, so Laporte. Oh yeah, he yanks Zaha down, who was trying to get him behind, and it's a red card. Yeah. So Laporte got sent off for City. They're down 1-0 at the break. That's a pretty big one. Actually, yeah, I'm just going back to this match, which is kind of showing. So Zaha is the huge danger man for Palace right now. So yeah, that was a bit of a. So there's some back and forth here between Zaha. So yeah, basically Ultra. So what happened was Zaha turns the defender. He's going infield, so kind of towards he would have a chance one-on-one with the keeper. But then Laporte kind of just tackles him. And so Laporte gets sent off. City are down 1-0 at the break. There is actually some afters after the whistle. I think Mariner having to step in the middle. It's between Zaha and Bernardo Silva. I think when Gabriel Jesus, I'm excited. I'm interested in what just happened here. yellow card for somebody. I think Ederson might have gotten a yellow card. Maya wool. What is a wool? Is that a British thing? So scores elsewhere, Palace are leading. It's 2-1 obviously in the match here. Burnley up 3. Newcastle and Chelsea have had no goals, and Southampton are up a goal against the Watford. Chris, my boy in the stands, how are you enjoying the match? Hope that you are enjoying your time at Anfield today, my friend. Yeah, I 100% agree, Chris. You know, Curtis Jones was, I think he had not his best in the slightest. You know, I think I'm interested in what happens next. Like if he can step it up second half. So Bernardo still got a yellow card. I think Ederson might have gotten a yellow card as well in the end of the first half in the Palace match. But as things stand, the live table has Liverpool top on 24, Chelsea second on 23, and City third on 20. And opens the door for West Ham to go level on them on points. But this match is definitely not over in the slightest. You know, Brighton are threatening, and you know, I think I want one more goal. Obviously, obviously more goals gives you a better chance of winning. But I don't see us keeping it out, keeping Brighton out for a second. I think that Brighton will get a second. I just don't think that we don't have that aura of defensive security that we've had in some matches. This is kind of like the Brentford match where it's like there is just kind of a lack of that. Like without Fabinho, we'll always lack in that. But with the results currently being dropped elsewhere, incredibly important that we get it up. I can watch the match, but I am not legally allowed to put the match itself on here. This is just my reaction to the match and just a discussion forum for what the match is happening live. Caitlin. It's halftime anyways in the match. We'll be back in about 7 minutes, more or less. Yeah, 100% agree, Ultra. You know, without Fabinho, it's kind of more so just mitigation rather than complete prevention. But yeah. Fabinho and Thiago getting back from injury is going to be very important. I'm beyond devastated for Keita, man. It really is. You know, just such a shame that he finally gets one big break to go his way. You know, he avoids, like, even with his AirPod box sized shin guards, he manages to avoid serious injury to the Pogba tackle. Has in my opinion, a really good first 10-15 minutes, but then 20 minutes in, he has to be pulled out for because he hurt his hamstring. So I'm hoping it's a short-term injury and it's not going to be crazy long. So I'm going to watch some of the highlights. I'll walk you through some of the highlights elsewhere as I see them. Goals in every match except for Newcastle versus Chelsea. But I want to see some of these chances in the Chelsea United or Newcastle United match. Because supposedly there's been some sitters missed. Yeah, Zaha wins the ball for Palace high up the pitch. He gets it in the box. His shot is really scuffed, but it beats Ederson, so he gets the first goal in that one. Then Zaha spins Laporte, but Laporte tackles Zaha down. I mean, Zaha's just flat out in behind if Laporte doesn't tackle him. A bit harsh of a red, but I think that it has to be. He's quite literally the last man. So it makes perfect sense for him to be sent off. Then there's some afters after the match. I mean, Ederson gets right in the middle of it and kind of gets a bit physical. So Bernardo Silva and Ederson both got yellow cards. So Zaha is causing some serious chaos. Scores the goal, gets Laporte sent off, gets Ederson and Silva booked. So Solly March, watch the highlights of this match. So Solly March really should have scored. Great save from Allison, but he's 1-on-1. And so I think that was the biggest moment of the match. And then just 4 minutes in, Salah gets the ball out wide from a feed from Van Dijk, plays it at the edge of the 18, and Henderson just strokes one home. I mean, that's just a beautiful shot. Bissouma, his shot, another great save from Allison to keep it out. He's made 2 great saves. His performance has been fine. The goal is not his fault. And we're seeing now with Oxlade-Chamberlain on, his ball in the box for Mane, just sublime. Seriously sublime. And Mwepu, though, with a tremendous finish over Allison's head. They're not showing us all the highlights because the City halftime went about 5 minutes long. Hey, cheers from Dallas, Texas. I lived in Richardson for 6 years. I moved about 5 years back. No, I moved about 6 years back now. But I lived there for a long time. Tremendous, tremendous city. I love Dallas. Glad that you're with us here for this match. But yeah, it's 2-0 at halftime. I feel pretty good, But again, as I was saying, yeah, you're in Plano. Absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. It's always amazing when there's other Liverpool fans in the States because it's pretty. I mean, it's not obscure. It's pretty big, obviously, here in America, but it's definitely not nearly as big as it is. I mean, no doubt, nearly as big as it is in across the pond. But it's always good to see fellow American, or at least live in America, Scousers. So I'm really interested in what happens in terms of subs off the bench because I think that Curtis has not looked great, but he has it in him, to kind of not be looking great and then pull out an absolute moment of brilliance. So he's fine to stay on, in my opinion. Oxlade obviously came on, so he'll stay for the full 90. I think Jota will probably come on for maybe Firmino. And I'm unsure that we just kind of lack those impact subs. But yeah, as I mentioned, live table currently looking really, really nice for Liverpool. I agree, Ultra. I think, again, I'm not going to sit here and claim that this is because of terrible recruitment or anything like that. It is the fact of the matter is when you have about, 4 or 5 midfielders that are hurt, your options to impact the match in the midfield will be limited because you can't have 10 midfielders. You only have 25 spots on a squad. So I'm not terribly concerned about the squad, our squad's depth, but our squad's depth in this moment is terrible. Margaret, I think at the end of the day, right? I think we needed to get him off for squad space, if I'm not mistaken. We got some money for him. I just think that it made sense, I think, to move him on. I think that it would have been nice. In an ideal world, keeping Marco Ruiz would be nice, but I just think that it doesn't really make entire like every bit of sense. When you have money on the table, when you don't have a serious role for him. Because you think about it, right? Your midfielders are Fabinho, Harvey Elliott, Thiago, Keita, Henderson, Milner, Curtis Jones, Oxlade-Chamberlain. You could drop Minamino and Firmino in there. I'll call them each half a player. Right there, you got 9 guys, 10 if you stretch it to Firmino and Minamino. You have 9 or 10 guys that you could seriously consider as midfielders. So to have such a few options is actually pretty stunning. Yeah, there's 5 matches currently going on. Brighton are back on the pitch for Liverpool versus Brighton. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Let's see this one out. Big 3 points here. All right. It's 2-1. Definitely nowhere close to home with the 3 points. These are huge 3 points that if you're 70% win rate through the first 10 matches, 3 draws. I mean, I'm over the moon 24 out of the potential for 30, especially considering who we've played. So Brighton are tagging left to right now into the Kop end. Liverpool attacking from right to left into the away end. Actually, a good chance for Brighton in the box. Trossard has it, being defended by Van Dijk. His ball in is knocked out by Mane, who had to track back. So that was good, well done by Mane. It's got to help out the defense. This was just kind of just not pretty, is the way I'll say it. Yeah, just like that was just not pretty. Like that, it was just not beautiful defending inside the box. All right, punched clear by Allison, knocked clear by Salah. Brighton definitely, they're pretty aggressive out of the break, which is good, for them. That's what they need to do. But obviously, I'm pretty kind of upset with that. Need more intensity. Well done, Mane. He wins it. Now he's running at the defense. He's got Salah for it if he wants, and that's a good ball for Salah. Salah rounds the keeper. Salah taps it in. We're worried about offsides, but if it wasn't offside, that's a tremendous, tremendous bit of movement. Mane, great turn, great feed for Salah, but the flag is up. It'll be checked, but it was really well done by everybody. Such a slow burner in terms of the broadcast camera. They didn't show him offside. It seemed offside. He's offside. So 2 goals is allowed now. Really well done by Salah around the keeper, but I don't think that one's just offside. It seemed offside in the build-up. Like he seemed like he just was on the back shoulder of the defender. But this is what we need to do. I think we need to be compact and break with speed and make this kind of runs and that kind of decisiveness. So that's really good to see that Mane was able to put that kind of pass on. Well, here's Brighton now. We've got some numbers forward. They got a chance inside the box, and Allison saves it and sits on it. But Lallana had a really good chance there. And now all of a sudden, Brighton are pressing with some chaos here. Henderson, header. Mane's down after being hit in the head. Jesus Christ. I 100% agree, Ultra. Not very confident out of the break, and that's again. I think that's a effective no Fabinho. He really stabilizes things. Like right here, great back heel. I'll admit it was a great back heel, but really should not be allowing such a great opportunity to Lallana there. Solly March with a nice pass to Lallana and gets a shot off pretty quickly. And I'm not going to lie, Allison is lucky to have saved that one. He should be offside. Yeah, he's offside. This match is it's heating up a bit in terms of the fans are getting more into it. I think because the referees have had to make a few more decisions. I mean, there's been 2 goals just allowed. They've been guilt edge the right word? They've been very clearly illegal. But like Henderson is your deepest lying defender in that instance. Like that's definitely worrying. Like Mane right now is being pressed by 2 players, 2 Brighton players. Turns it over to Mwepu. He wins it back though. And Henderson plays it to no one in particular. Our shape is not looking good right now. Like we've just kind of got it's not looking good. It's not been a good opening from the half. Jones, good hold off. Yeah, so I 100% agree. Henderson is very, very isolated right now. It's because you got these 2 guys, Jones and Oxlade-Chamberlain, who are your best midfield options right now. Here's Firmino with some space, gives it to Oxlade-Chamberlain. Can't quite feed it to Salah. Henderson gets the block, but like right now, it's like there's just tons of space between the defense and the midfield. Here's Lallana, Trossard, shot is blocked. Jones clears it. Basuma heads it down, but only gets to Salah. Come on, Liverpool, push it. Not fast enough. Not fast enough. Here's Roberts. He's got a lot of space to push it into. That was a nice idea. We're just second to everything. Good win by Robertson. So, all right. Brighton are offering us some space to work with, but we got to I think convert a chance. We did score 1 obviously, but it was offside. Here's Firmino. Have a go. Ooh. I wondered if it was going to dip a little bit. Yeah, that was. I think I want to see Jota on. I want to see someone who can really kind of get a chance and bury one. I might bring him on for Bobby. I think Mane is great this match. This has been one of his best performances of the season so far. He's got 2 goals, one of them disallowed. I want to see Jota on pretty soon because I just think that we need something fresh. I don't know what other midfield options we have. Maybe bringing Matip on as a defensive midfielder. Like it's kind of a stopgap, but I think it could be decent actually. Brighton have done a good job playing around Liverpool's center backs. They haven't challenged their physicality, like making runs in behind or trying to beat them in the air. They've kind of just played around them and tried to get them isolated, which has been very intelligent. So Salah back for Trent, Jones. Come on, Curtis. Brighton did not start with this match well, but they have grown into it. Here's Trent. Here's Oxlade. He's got Robertson. Oh, it's blocked. That's a really great block. Henderson to Curtis. Steps inside. Come on, Curtis. Do something special. Here's Trent. No, gotta track back. All right, it's one back by Henderson. Basuma slips. Trent trying to win it back. Trossard tracking back. Gives it over to Trent. Here's Salah. Come on. Salah. Henderson. It's cleared. That was terrible from Henderson. Not terrible for Henderson, but now it's Brighton breaking. They don't have a ton of numbers, and Liverpool force it back. Lose touch. Mane trying to win it back. Come on, that's yours, Robertson. Well done. All right, good playing out of the back from Liverpool. So Salah has it now. Here's Firmino. This is great progression from the back. Oh my God, Firmino. I'm sorry, man, but you have been crap today. Like Jota's not a great. His link-up play is not revolutionary, but it's been better than this. Here's Salah, Mane. In behind. Oh, come on. Be a soft pen, but 100% a real ultra. Not progressing well. So it's played in behind. Here's Trossard breaking for Brighton. Well done by Van Dijk. I think they wanted the flag to go up. It was showing a replay of the potential, not potential Salah penalty, but the incident inside the box with Salah. It was not a penalty. It was just flat out not a pen. It was off the ball. Wasn't enough contact anyways. Here's Mane. It's knocked out for a corner kick. Come on. Let's get something off of this. Needed. We have the big boys going forward. Konate and Van Dijk. That's a good ball. Ooh, if that was scored by Ox, that would have been scenes. Shirt off. YouTube ban. But he knocked it wide. There is another goal in this match. It's not any 2-1. I'm very confident of that. Van Dijk steps forward and gets enough of it. Van Dijk seems pretty pissed off. Unsure why he was fouled. Send him off. It was a foul, not a red. But for attempting to foul Virgil, give him a red. So Basuma's coming off. He's been coming back from injury and legal-based staying out of the squad. So I think McAllister's coming on. Haven't had a goal in any of the matches in the second half so far. 15 minutes in this one. A bit less in other matches, but we have not seen a goal yet. Konate has to go along with it. Salah could chase. Cucurella touches it down. All right, here's Firmino. Loses out. I mean, he was swarmed by 3 Brighton players. Liverpool throw. Actually, excuse me, it's a Brighton throw, not a Liverpool throw. So here's Mane. Here's Firmino. Salah. He's got Mane inside. Tried it with the outside of his left foot. I think, yeah, Salah has been, I mean, not great by his standards. It's still very, very good, but he definitely has not been at the level he's been in the last few matches, which is, I mean, it's fine. It's to maintain that is impossible, but it's notable nonetheless. Sanchez puts one to Cucurella. Header is out of play. I want to see Salah just scrap a goal. Just get a scrappy goal, get it over the edge. Updates from elsewhere. It's still 1-0 between Palace and City. City with a man sent off. Still goalless between Newcastle and Chelsea. Burnley still, I mean, there's no change in that scoreline. Burnley still absolutely running Brentford at home. Mane tracking back. Forces them back. It was a shaky opening 5 minutes, but it's slowly gotten back into it. We have about half an hour to go. I don't feel comfortable with 2-1. All right, good win by Henderson. Salah could now break. He's got just Firmino with him. Oh, that's a terrible pass. I won't lie. Mwepu wins it back. Alexis McAllister, who is Argentine, but has the least Argentine name. Allison to Robertson. CJ. Come on, get us the third, baby. Trent going long for Robertson. That's not the greatest of touches from him. Apologies, that was too loud. I tried to move my mic away. I couldn't get to the mute button in time. Oh, Curtis slipping. No. Here's March. Mwepu. It's a decent ball. Headed out by Trent. Just clear it. I'm sorry. Just clear it. That's a good ball from Curtis. That's going to bring it in for Mane, but it's tackled well by Dunk. Did City really score? Palace can do nothing right. Firmino chips it out wide for Trent. Firmino's shot is blocked. Yeah, they just scored. City did. Shame. They can still try and get one back. Zaha. Maybe you just had another moment from Zaha, but so obviously there's still about half an hour in this one. Not comfortable with 2-1. I do not want us to drop points in this one. Just do not. I'm talking to Andy Naylor for our preview, which make sure to subscribe. We have previews of every Premier League match with the Athletics reporters for those teams. Here's Alana in a lot of space. He gives it to Trossard. Trossard, he could square it. Trossard scores. God, I knew that this was not going to end in 2-1. So Sanchez just with a great ball out. Offside somewhere, please. Offside somewhere, please. Please be offside. That's terrible from Robertson. Come on. That vampire-looking dude just scored. Well, elsewhere, City did not score because Foden was offside. But now it's time for Liverpool to get one back. All right, Ox driving forward, chips one into the box. It's chested back for Sanchez, and he collects. Change something. The only thing I can be happy about is that Brighton want to attack, so there will be some space. They're not just going to pack it in, but they do deserve it. 100% ultra. Like they 100% deserve this. I mean, yeah, the midfield is just getting passed through. Like it's there's the attack and there's the defense, and there is nothing in between right now. If Cucurella with a long shot, punched away by Allison. Lamptey gets it in the box. He's got a player in support, chip into the back post. Trent, what is that headed clearance? Salah trying to break forward. He wants a foul, doesn't get anything because his referee is crap. Ball in. Allison collects. Come on. Just cannot drop this match. Cannot drop this match. Robertson, Mane. Firmino, come on. Firmino, just shut me up and do something. Mane's ball in. It's cleared out. There's no one there to try and win it back. And Mwepu heads it clear. All right, come on. Speed it up. Oh, did Chelsea just score? It's getting worse. It's getting worse. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Reece James. We cannot have nice things. Here's Mane. So City is still losing, but now Chelsea are winning. Oh, this is brutal to watch. So here's Trent. Knocks down for Salah. Salah has it in the box, but it's one off of him. Come on, Mo. I need something from you. You've been carrying us, but I need just something beautiful from you. Something special. There's Mwepu. God, they are just first to everything. He's got to be outside. Raise the flag. He was offside, you clown. Why don't you raise the... If this is a clear offside, I'm just going to be furious. That's a... He might have been actually onside, so that was actually not a terrible no call. Here's Jones. Robertson. They wanted a handball. I want a handball. Handball, please. The foul. All right. Let's VAR. Come on, just give us a handball. This is a cheeky handball. Show us a replay. Show us a replay. All right, so we're going to see a fastball in from Robertson. No, not a handball. It was his gut. Maybe it kind of hit his arm, but no. So we have Henderson, Trent, and Salah behind it. I want to see just a Salah screamer. Just leather it. Need this one, baby. Come on. Come on. Trent. Well, for reference point, that was not a moment of celebration for me. That was I mean, just Trent just lasers that one into the top row. Arthur. Clown. Mike Dean is terrible. I mean, is there a really good referee out there? But Canate clears it. Lamptey. He kept it in, I guess, but Allison's going to go claim. All right, come on. Let's go score. Nice throw from Allison. Out for Robertson. Come on. Crowd needs to lift it. We're out of ideas here. Bring on Jota. I saw the United team news. They're playing a back five. Ronaldo and Cavani and Bruno as your three most attacker, like your three attackers. It is very interesting. I want to be able to banter United when they lose later. But I can't do that if we draw to Brighton or if we lose to Brighton, God forbid. Come on. Unbeaten in 19. Make it unbeaten in 20, but also another win. Come on, Virgil. Come on, Ibu. Trent. Have a go. Have a go, Hendo. Our lack of a backup defensive midfielder for Fabinho could be the undoing of our title campaign. Because did he play against Brentford? I'm going to check if he was in the Brentford lineup before I make this argument. Yeah, where are the subs? I'm sorry, Jurgen. You got to change it up. Okay, you know what? In fairness, Fabinho did play that match, so I can't really make that argument. But, like, come on, Mane. Sadio Mane gets onto it. Come on, Sadio. Oh, too strong on the ball in. That was decent from Sadio. Sadio's been our man of the match, in my opinion. But we need someone off the bench. We need some sort of creative burst. Lamptey has a very nice thing from him, so he's got a lot of space to drive into. That's a great ball. Trossard's in behind. He rounds the keeper, and he scores a goal. Flag is up. Please, for the love of God, actually be offside. I mean, Lamptey just absolutely unreal. Please be offside for sure. Please be offside for sure. Is the VAR check done? Standing ovation for Lamana. But standing ovation for a winner, please. Robert's driving forward. Salah just can't stomp it down. Here's Mane. Mane. Just bring someone off the bench, for the love of God, Jurgen. You made one sub. We are clearly not at it. You need something to change. Oxlade-Chamberlain, bit of press. Bring on José. I'm sorry. Need something different. I just can't stand to see us try more points. This is what loses you titles, is draws like this. Draws to Brentford, draws to Brighton. We'll be like, yeah, I 100% agree, Ultra. That was like, see, Kanate, so who's coming on? So Jota's coming on. Firmino, please. All right, Firmino's off for Jota. Should have happened 10 minutes ago, but it's happened. Diego, this is your moment. Has not been your greatest season, but For love of God, if you don't tackle that dude. No, that is not a foul. Oh, we're going to lose this. We're being outplayed by Brighton. That is a foul, actually. We don't deserve this win, but let's just get it. Yeah, honestly, we contracted a virus from United, which is just a horrific defensive organization. I mean, he's got to be offside. Allison, good claim. Oh, he was clearly onside. There's Brighton. Not a bad ball. Solid chasing it. Come on, come on. God, James really have a brace. They're going to try and compare that spaghetti-haired moron to Trent. But you know what? Based on how Trent displayed today, I won't even be too mad. Here's Matty. All right, Matty gets it back. Matty has it. He's looked great all day. Nice corner. Okay. Yeah, it is 3-1 Brentford. I missed that, actually. All right, Trent. Shut them up with the best corner in the history of football. Too strong. And just not very good in general. Cucurella knocks it clear. Henderson, I mean, he kicks it behind him. He loses the ball. And now here's Lamptey. Just too easy. How does he still have it? Lamptey is running this match since he's come on. Where's the third sub? We need something different. I think you can't take off Mo. He is, even if he's not been playing well, he is the way that something happens. It's 3-0 Chelsea. So Chelsea have secured 3 points. We need to match the 3 points. Simple as that. You know, we defensively, we're not as good as Chelsea are. And they can still generate chances for themselves. So it is disappointing to say that like they did not concede a goal. They were struggling to score, but they also just were able to be defensively incredibly solid. God, Oxlade, that was crap. Come on. Lamptey is unbelievable. He gets it out wide for March, but he's offside. Trent just kind of tossed March to the ground, a bit of moronic. That was definitely frustration. Here's Salah. Don't just whip one into the box. All right, that's not bad. That's good defense, though. Dude, if Lamptey manages to dribble as well. What are you doing, Chedu? Oh! God, my frustration. So Lamptey's down. So Minamino's coming on. My guess would be Curtis. But you know what? Yeah, on for Jones. All right. Come on, Taki. This is your biggest moment in a Liverpool shirt. I believe in you. You're going to have about 5 minutes to operate, but you got to make it count. Here's Taki already. Not terrible. Here's Trent. Here's Jota. Salah. It's cleared. That could have been a handball. All right, so all of a sudden something's happening now that Minamino's on. Mane is blocked. Robertson back for Virgil. Bit too deep for him. All right, Taki is. I mean, it's been like 30 seconds since he's come on, so it's not like this is revolutionary, but like he's, spurred something. That was terrible. Konate. That's a red card challenge right there. That was like it was reckless. I mean, it wasn't. Oh, okay, let's run this back. It's a yellow card. So he didn't actually have studs up at all. It was pretty forceful, but it Oxlade loses out. It's their throw. Oxlade needs to shut up and start pressing. The commentators are talking about how like Liverpool lost 6 matches in a row. Previously called Fortress Anfield. You moron! It's not a fortress because of the way it was built. Because of the fans. This commentator's an idiot. All right, throw in for Liverpool. All right, advantage played. Four minutes of added time. Mike Dean is crap. Yeah, that was a handball from Kanate. Mane is fouled. It's going to be another yellow card for Brighton. So it's definitely against the booking. Chance here for something to happen. So Chelsea have won, more or less. Palace are still beating City. Please just scrape a win home. Yeah, he just pulls the shirt of Mane. That's a terrible ball. And Sanchez can just claim it and make a call. So Conor Gallagher actually just scored, so it's 2-0 Palace. So the only positive today is we gain a point on City, I guess. Van Dijk fouls Brighton. Wow. Come on. Spur on. I don't know what spur on. I don't know what that means. I see one more sideways pass. That's a foul. This referee's been terrible. This has been a terrible match. That's not a foul. Ike Dean's a clown. Oh! 2 points dropped. Come May, when Chelsea are 4 points ahead of us, we will look back at Brentford and Brighton as crap teams that we dropped points to. Burnley just put 3 past Brentford. Oh my God. Well, Chelsea with 2 points further ahead of us. We're watching City and Crystal Palace. And you know what? City are still playing like with more like impetus and better creativity than us with 10 men. You know, I'm not going to lie. We're lucky to get a draw. A draw flatters us. Same thing with Brentford. To be unbeaten in the league right now, it doesn't mean squat. We've dropped 4 matches still. We're at 22 points from 30, which is not terrible. But considering the fact that we should have beaten City, should have beaten Chelsea. Not should have beaten, but we should have been more dominant against Chelsea. To draw points against Brighton and Brentford is just beyond infuriating. You know what? That's the mentality. And you know what? It's not even like a great mentality, but like fundamentally, we were lucky to get the 3 points. Or excuse me, we're lucky to get a point. Not get 3 points. We're lucky to get a point. But like, this was a terrible, terrible performance. Salah, not at his best. Firmino was awful. I love Firmino. It was awful. Kate's getting hurt is terrible. Oxlade had a great moment, but then he kind of just ghosted for the rest of the match. Curtis Jones was not good. Henderson, I mean, the midfield was just, they were passengers, all 3 of them. Like they did nothing. Taki looked decent off of the bench, but him and José had no time to operate because Klopp gave them 10 minutes, and it was a lifeless 10 minutes. And he gave Taki even less. He gave him about 8 total minutes. I think back to that Firmino chance, ultra, and if he buries that match is over. But you know what? It could be worse. I'm currently watching an empty Etihad losing 2-0 to Palace. At least we will never have to deal with that. So, my man of the match is Mane. Not that it really entirely matters, but I think he was actually quite good for us. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my Saturday. To everyone for tuning in, thank you very much. Ultra especially, you were the man of the match for me, keeping me sane by talking to me during this one. That is going to do it for our watch along today on the LFC transfer. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. We'll have more content the next few days, weeks. We'll continue their season. I'm still optimistic for the title, but hopefully if injuries clean up a bit more, we'll be able to improve our position. So that's going to do it for the broadcast. I will catch you in our next video or stream on the LFC transfer room. 1 or 2 more draw. I have a jack, and I will catch you in the next one.